She already got that.
You got it.
Now we're going to do, they call it a, okay, you want to do the windshield back to the back of that tractor. That's what we're going to do. And he goes, do you have any questions? You go, no, sir. And then he'll start the video, and here's where it's at. Okay, I'm going to start with my mirror. Make sure it's secure to the door. It ain't loose or missing. It's clean, not cracked or broken, and it's adjusted properly for me to see down the back of my tractor and trailer. Now I'm going to go ahead and open my door. I'm going to talk about my door seal. It's secure. It's secure and ain't loose or missing. It's not damaged. Okay, now while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my fire extinguisher. It's properly charged, secured, tags up to date. And on my door, the hinges, they ain't broken or missing, and it's secure. I got my handrail here that I ain't going to forget about, okay? It's secure, not loose or missing, not cracked or broken. Now I'm going to go ahead and shut my door. Show you that it shuts. Now I'm going to come under here. Okay, I got my battery and my battery boxes in here. Okay, here's my wires. They're not worn, torn, or frayed, no bare wires. They go to my battery box. The clamps and hoses are secured tight. There's no corrosion over my posts, and there's no debris in there. Right now, I got my air tanks. Okay, they're not. They're secured with nuts and bolts. They're not cracked, damaged, broken. They do not leak, and they're drained daily. I'm going to come out here to my steps. No loose or missing bolts. There's no debris. They're not damaged. I'm going to come on over here, and I got my depth tank. I got my cap, strap, and tanks. My cap is secure and tight with the seal. It's tight and it does not leak. My straps are secure. They're not loose or missing or broken. Okay, and my tank has no severe dents, no holes, and it does not leak, and it's got adequate level. Now I'm going to come across here. I'm going to go ahead and finish showing you my safety equipment. I showed you my fire extinguisher in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you my first aid kit, my fuses, bulbs. I got my 3 triangle reflectors right here. Okay, I got my wheel chunk. Oh, excuse me. Okay, my seal's intact around it. And it's secure and it locks. Now I'm going to come around here. I got my cap, strap, tank on my fuel. My cap's secure and tight with the seal, and it does not leak. My straps are not cracked, broken, not loose or missing. And my tank, no severe dents, no holes, adequate level, and it does not leak. I'm going to come across here to the side. I got my exhaust. Okay, the clamp's secure and tight around it. No loose or missing bolts, no severe dents, no holes. Right next to there, I got my dry shaft, and they, with my U-joints, they're not cracked or broken. They're properly lubricated, greased. Okay, it ain't twisted, broken, or missing on my dry shaft. Same thing on my other U-bolt right here. My U-joints. They're not loose or missing bolts, not cracked or damaged. They're properly greased. Now while I'm here, I'm going to go back to my torque arm. There's no loose or missing bolts on my torque arm. It's secure and tight. Rubber bushings in place. Now I got a service line here. My service line supplies air to my brake chamber. It ain't worn, torn, or frayed. The fittings are secure and tight. They do not leak. It supplies air to my brake chamber. My brake chamber is not cracked, broken. It's secure and tight with nuts and bolts. And my clamp is not loose or missing. It's secure and tight too. I got a push rod here. It ain't bent or broken, no more than 1 inch of travel when released. Okay, it connects to my slack adjuster. Ain't cracked or broken, no loose or missing bolts. It's properly greased, and the pins are in place. Okay, it goes in here to the side of my brake lining. They're not dangerously thin, ain't cracked or broken, no less than 1/4 inch, and no contaminants. My drum ain't broken, cracked, no holes, no severe dents, and no contaminants as well. Now I'm going to come out here to my longitude frame. No illegal welds, no rust trails. It's secure with the cross members. No loose or missing bolts and nuts. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about my suspension, which is my leaf spring hangers. No loose or missing bolts. They're secured tight. They're not cracked or broken. The rubber bushing in place on my leaf springs. They're not shifted, cracked, or broken as well, or missing. And then my U-bolts are secured and tight. They're not cracked or broken. No loose or missing bolts. Okay, behind that, I got my airbags. My airbags are secure. They're not worn, torn, or frayed. They do not leak, and my mounts are secured tight with nuts and bolts. And right there with it, I got my shock. My nuts and bolts secure and tight, and they do not leak. It's right here, right in front of, right there. Okay, now I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to go ahead and get my bud spacing. My bud spacing, evenly spaced, no debris. Now my tire. I got even wear on this tire. I got 2 tires, so I got 2/32 on the depth. And then I got 100 pounds of pressure, what is recommended by the manufacturer, and I checked it with the tire gauge. No bulges, cracks, or dry rot on the side of my tire. My rim, there's no cracks, no weld tears, and no rust trails. Okay, right here I got my valve stem. It's got a DOT metal cap. It ain't cracked or broken, and it does not leak. Now I got my lug nuts here. They're secure and tight, not loose and missing, no radiant cracks or distortion, and no rust trails as well. Now, right here, I got me an axle seal. The nuts and bolts secure and tight. It's secure, the gasket's in place, and it does not leak. Now I'm going to come over here to my other one, tire. I would do this axle the same way I did this axle. Now I'm going to come around here to the back of it. I'm going to talk about my mud flap and my reflectors. They're secure. They're not loose or missing. And my reflective tape, it's affixed. It ain't missing. Now I'm going to come on under here and talk about my... Okay, I got my turn signals. I got my brake lights and running lights. They're red in color. They're clean, not cracked or broken, operate properly. As you can see right here, I got these are my backup lights, reverse lights. They're clear in color. They're not cracked or broken. They work properly. Okay, now that'd be all that. So then, he'd read me everything about the coupling. So while we're under here, I'd start the coupling where I did my apron, my gap, kingpin, locking jaw. Then I come out, do the side here. Mounting bolts with a bracket to the frame and my slide assembly with nuts and bolts. And my slide assembly is in the lock position. They cracked or broken. They're not loose and missing, and it's air actuated. Does not leak. And my platform base is adjusted properly so I don't hit my landing gear. And then my release arm's in lock position. Then my fifth wheel skid plate is properly greased and the pins are in place right here. Then I come up to the front, get my glad hands, electrical connector, my electrical lines, my air lines, checking both of them, make sure they're not rubbing on the catwalk, which is secure and it ain't loose or missing. And then he'd read you, okay, let's do an external light check. Same thing we did before. Okay, let's kill.